Great news, you're gonna be Spider-Man. I was like, I know, Kevin, you put it on
Yeah.
Instagram. Like, I'm 20, do you really think I'm not gonna find it?
I think Chris Hemsworth was like, wasn't he bolted into his, I feel like?
Perhaps.
But when you're into your entire situation, you can't do anything.
Correct.
Yeah. So I would say probably his has got to be the worst.
Oh, probably.
Pitching, and I just kind of do a little soft. It's not intentional. It's just, you know, I grew up doing that. And it's really not on purpose. I'm glad we're talking about it, though.
No, it's one of my
glad we're
favorite
making
things
this
to watch on set.
permanent.
Let's talk about Spider-Man. So, were you a fan growing up?
Huge fan,
Yeah.
huge fan, yeah.
And how did you find out you got this role? That's a huge thing to get this role.
I basically had been auditioning for about 5 months, and after my final audition, they said, you'll find out tomorrow. Fast forward 6 weeks, I was still waiting, and one day Marvel just posted on their Instagram, go to our website to find out who the new Spider-Man is. And that's it. I just found out online. They didn't call me up or anything. So I ran downstairs. I was going ballistic. My poor dog Tessa was terrified. And my brother Harry, who's pretty savvy with technology and stuff, was like, dude, they've probably been hacked, bro. Like, they would call you, right? They would let you know. And so I called my agents. They were like, oh, this is amazing. And then Kevin Feige finally rang me and said, I've got some great news. You're going to be Spider-Man. I was like, I know, Kevin. You put it on Instagram. Like, I'm 20. Do you really think I'm not going to find it?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's very exciting. It's a really big deal for anybody, but especially if you're a fan growing up. Did you learn, like, what is this called, Kung Fu? Did you learn stuff?
That's a lot of Muay Thai and stuff like that. And basically, we just spent, you know, 6 months learning fights and filming them and then forgetting them so we could make room in our brains for more fights. And there's a lot, well, you guys all saw it. There's so much action in the movie. It's just like non-stop action. Yeah. It's crazy.
And the costumes were, who had the most uncomfortable costume?
I feel like Tom's costume was really, really bad. Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki.
Yes, Loki, perhaps.
He wears like an entire there's like a whole crane on top of his head, like a whole
If
giant...
you don't recall him, he's the one that Tony calls reindeer games.
Yeah.
So he has something really, really heavy that he's got to balance?
I think that thing was like 20 pounds or something. It was just this massive headpiece that he wears, and yeah, look at it.
Look how tall
It's
he is.
crazy.
Yeah.
And it really went like far back. I mean, you just could not stand behind him at craft service. It was a bad idea. It was like liability, but...
Who had the one that was the hardest to get out of, to go to the restroom?
I think Chris Hemsworth was like, wasn't he bolted into his, I feel like?
Perhaps.
But when you're into your entire situation, you can't do anything.
Correct.
Yeah. So I would say probably his has got to be the worst.
Oh, probably. You weren't sure there for a minute,
Well,
were you?
see, every time I look at you, you're wearing a Black Sabbath t-shirt, and then all of a sudden, like, I forget all the work that you have to do outside.
Well, I've done a bunch of these movies, so every time we do a new one, I say, do I really have to wear it? Can't you just paint it on later?
Yeah.
No.
They can do so much with CGI now. And now, but when you fell, they said you can't, if you go to fall, you can't put your arms out, you'd break your arms?
Correct.
Why is that?
Because you'd be locked into the suit, and then the suit would kind of be okay, and your arms would break inside it. Can you imagine the idea? You're thinking about falling, and so instead you go...
And did that happen?
Not to me, but to one of the stunt guys it did. I felt like it happened to me.
So you get this gig in the Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one as a raccoon.
Yeah.
You're a raccoon.
A raccoon.
And then it comes back and you're now a raccoon again.
That's right.
And now, and I really, if I didn't know it was you, I would never recognize that voice.
Oh, cool.
I mean, it's a different voice.
Yeah, we came up with a totally different voice.
Yeah, how did you decide to come up with a different voice?
I worked with James Gunn, who's the director, writer, who's incredible, and I came with him much more like Daniel Plainview. I don't know if you know Daniel Day-Lewis's character in There Will Be Blood.
Oh.
Like, talks like this. Yeah. And he was like, no, I don't think so. And then we started to do this, it was like Gilbert Gottfried meets Joe Pesci. That's sort of what we came up with. What's a raccoon? Yeah, it just kind of started like that.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's adorable, too. But when you're in the booth...
You know, like when you have a pet and the pet starts to look like you? What was that, anthropomorphizing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look at him now, I'm like, yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I see it now, too.
Yeah.
Actually,
Maybe because it's true.
Yes, maybe well, with the beard, it's starting to look more and more like it.
Literally, it's starting to look.
Yeah.
I was passing by today, and there was a billboard of Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was Raccoon. I got so excited, and I took a photo. I was like, oh my God, I'm on a billboard. I was like, no, bro, it's a raccoon.
Oh my God. And like you haven't been on a million billboards.
But for some reason, that was the one.
Wow.
I flipped out.
You're in a booth, and you're not just mostly like when I did Dory, I'm just in the booth doing a voice, but you, because of it has
Motion
to animate
capture.
you. So I think we have B-roll or a clip.
They were not looking at you funny. You got anger issues. Mature yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna kill you.
You know, there was this viral video that was going around of Hugh Jackman as Logan, and they were showing him doing that sort of the climactic scene at the end when he's running to save his daughter, and it was so badass. And I thought it'd be great to do one of like me doing that, and then you just pan up and it's Raccoon's rocking.
That's almost the energy that you were using.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You haven't seen it yet.
No, we've been doing the press tour, and everyone's like, tell us about the movie. And I'm like, we can't tell you anything. And it's funny, I've never had more of a, I feel like a fan of this whole thing as much as anyone else, and interested to see if I live or die or what happens to me.
Yeah. So you really don't know if you, yes, you would have had to.
I have a rough idea of what happens, but I have not seen the film, and I do not know really how it ends. Because we shot the number 3 and number 4, Infinity War and this, over 8 months, and back and forth from, both films and overlapping, and in the end it was just kind of like, and it was being written while we were shooting, and the other one was being edited and so on, and so by the end of that period, it was just, or it's during it, it was just, okay, whatever am I saying today, this is cool, and I'll trust the directors have us in the right place. So, I mean, this is, 22 films now across 10, 11 years, and I don't think there's anything in cinematic history that's ever been building to a film like this,
Yeah.
or this kind of journey. So.
Now, do you think this will be, obviously, if you're killed, it'll be your last, but you don't know if you're killed or not. But if you're not, do you think you'll do another one?
Look, as far as this is sort of Marvel's Phase 3 wrapping up, a culmination of all this journey, whether or not they go off and then shoot other things, or do prequels or sequels or whatever they can do. I mean, Loki, my brother's come back 9 times. Every time he dies, he seems to just keep appearing. So who knows what's in store for anyone. Me personally, it's the best fun I've ever had, and I'd be happy to do more if they wanted me, but...
Yeah, well, then I think they will.
More than happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I be in the next one?
Absolutely.
I'd like to be in
You
the
and
next
Eduardo.
one. Okay, yeah. You're lumping me with Eduardo now? Like,
Hey, behind you.
I see. Okay, so
Deep
I'm
background.
behind you and he's behind me.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I was envisioning a bigger role, but okay. So it's you, it's Lupita Nyong'o, it's Michael B. Jordan, my pal.
Yeah. Do you train with him?
No. Did he tell you I trained with him?
No, I'm just messing with you.
Oh no, but he
I
looks.
want to know if you were holding pads for Creed.
Yeah, no, he's really in good shape for this movie, though, huh?
Yeah.
I was texting with him the other day because I thought I was going to get to see it. There he is, sparring with you. Both of you, not too bad a shape, both of you. Do you work out with him?
We had to work out together a little bit for the movie. Yeah.
Who's stronger?
We didn't test strength.
No.
It was
Endurance?
It was.
There must have been
it's
a
fight training.
I see.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a big deal. Do you feel pressure that it's the first big major all black cast in Marvel comic movie?
Not now. I felt pressure when we were filming it. I think everybody felt a certain amount of angst and tension because this was something that you hadn't experienced before. Like, everybody's had special moments on films, but this was one where we were like, this is something entirely different than any of us have ever done.
Yeah.
So I think every actor that came to work every day brought that to the table.
Yeah, well, it's I mean, like it said, it's a great cast, and everybody has got such high anticipation for it. Did you see your action figure yet, by the way?
Is this the Jesse Williams one? The one that looks like Jesse Williams?
Does it? I don't think it does.
Nah,
they
you don't
never
think
look
so?
like...
It never looks exactly
no,
like you.
No, it kind of does look like Jesse.
It
Now,
does look
now
like-
that you mention that, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's quite an outfit.
Yeah,
Does that intimidate you that your body should look like that? Because it's like solid muscle.
Well, it's the body's in there, but there's also the suit as well.
Oh, the suit makes it.
The suit, no, my body is it's shaped after me.
The last time you were here, you were just about to do that big fancy movie, Captain America, right? Or
Marvel.
what- exactly.
Uh-huh.
Captain Marvel.
Thanks so much. I don't know if that was a joke or not. It's hard to tell with comedians.
Oh, God. And it made $1 billion. $1 billion.
So funny. I feel like $1 billion is something you say in hyperbole. I'm like, I made like $1 billion.
Yeah.
Like I made a lot of money, but like, no, it actually made $1 billion.
But it did make $1 billion. and you actually shot this one first, though, right?
Yeah. We shot. She came on the set while they were still. I don't even think there was a script for Captain Marvel, but they were shooting it like tomorrow, basically, which is kind of the MO over at our
home.
At our home down Marvel Land.
Yeah.
And it was, but I think it kind of worked for it worked for us anyway. It probably didn't work for you very well.
I was very stressed about it.
We were like,
I
who's
showed
the
up
new
and
girl?
they're like, so, like, what are your powers? And I was like, I don't know. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure where I end up in my origin story. Sorry.
Yeah, well, how could you? Because you hadn't really, it was backwards, sort of.
Yeah.
The premiere.
That looks serious.
Yeah,
super intense.
and everybody is in it, like everybody.
Yeah.
Just, it's like
a lot of
every
people.
movie from, there was a shot, I don't know, do we have that shot available of the overhead of
plastic-
all the trailers?
What? Where?
Look at,
That's Robert's camp.
that's,
And then where's ours?
that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
It really is. And you, like you were saying, have you seen the movie or you're seeing
No.
it tonight for the first time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were seeing it tonight.
We will be seeing it tonight.
Yeah,
for
with
the
all
first
like
time.
the whole. There's going to be they built this crazy theater in the convention center here in LA, and there's going to be 2,000 fans, and it's going to be bananas.
Yes, it is, because people have been waiting for a long time, and people go. There's tattoos. I know that y'all have given yourselves tattoos for the right.
Well, minus Mark because he chickened out. Yeah, that's right, Mark. You chickened out. But it's like they're kind of like sort of like an Avengers symbol with a little kind of whose is that? That's Robert's,
cool.
I think. Is that a pile of hair? That's gross. What is
Yeah,
that?
why does it?
Ew.
Like, wait to take that picture.
Why did he have
Yeah.
so much hair on the inside of his forearm?
Yeah, that's a lot of hair on the inside of the forearm. So you do something during takes that Elizabeth told us about, which is.
Well,
Wow.
he does it in his own little world where he's dressed up in his suit and he just very casually and quietly and calmly is working out tap moves. It's not even like a very
As
performative
Captain America.
thing. Yeah, and it's always like kind of a resting thing.
It is a strange, collision of worlds, but it's not intentional. It's, there's people who, guys I've seen, do those little golf swings or like pitching, and I just kind of do a little soft. It's not intentional. It's just, I grew up doing that, and it's really not on purpose. I'm glad we're talking about it, though.
No, it's one of my
glad we're
favorite
making
things
this
to watch on set.
Permanent forever.
So all right. So the Avengers. This is your first time in one of these movies, right?
In a big collective movie like
Yes.
this, yeah, the big ensemble.
And
thing.
how was it for you?
It was weird. I mean, fantastic, daunting. My first day on set was with two icons, with Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr., and that's kind of unnerving, especially because this character has to sort of stand, beard to beard with another egotistical narcissist in the MCU, and I have a similar status in the story, so that was a weird thing to pull out of a hat on the first day on set with Robert, but he's fantastic, as you know. And
Did you know anything about? They're so secretive, though. Did you know anything about the script?
I did, as has been much talked about, and I think, it's invoked a bit of jealousy. I did read the script, yeah, I did.
How is that possible? This is your first.
I just took
no
the
one else got a
pages,
script.
and I don't have glasses yet, but I just cast
No,
my
how
eyes
did you
over
do that?
I read words.
But no one else got scripts.
I know, and it was a hard copy, and it was sort of chained to a person that then was taken back on some kind of policed transport over the
Wow.
Atlantic, yeah.
No, you have to understand, like, nobody in the cast got a script. No one.
It was a super privilege. But when it was pitched to me, what he does in this film, and Strange is he kind of guards the brackets of reality. So that kind of covers quite a lot of territory. And I thought, I need a little bit more than my scenes. I
Right.
need to know what else is going on.
Well.
So wait and see.
Then you got it. That's how you do it.
kinda
You say, I need
yeah.
more.
That and really good reps.
Yeah, clearly.
Yes.
They don't. Those other people are changing the reps
They
right
need
now.
to go to my agents.
For
exactly,
sure, for
yeah.
sure.